If you still haven't heard about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in particular, then you probably were living under the rock for the last 5 years or so. I think everybody knows about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin nowadays, although I understand that not everyone understands what it actually is or invests into this asset. But whether you invest into crypto or not, you probably wonder what the future of it is. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on this exact matter. What is the future of crypto and Bitcoin in particular, and what are the things that government doesn't want us to know and why? So if you want to hear the answers to these questions, then please keep watching this video. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anastasia. On this channel I talk about investing, and especially investing for beginners. Somehow I managed to talk a lot about cryptocurrency because this is the asset that I myself started investing in a long time ago. And if you've been watching my videos for some time now, you probably understand that I'm against tax, banks and government in general. And cryptocurrency is the asset that helps us, or is supposed to help us, fight against all these three pillars of the modern economy of the world. So it's no doubt that the government doesn't like it, because essentially cryptocurrency was made to take the power away from the government and to spread it among the people equally. And those people who still argue the theory that cryptocurrency has a very bright future usually say that cryptocurrency is just a big bubble that's gonna burst soon, and some people will make lots of money whilst the majority will lose, as always. But we have to admit that there are less and less people who think that way. At the beginning, lots of people were very cautious about cryptocurrencies and not many people invested. Those who believed in it from the very beginning are now millionaires, and there are less and less people who still think that it is a bubble and is gonna go to nothing in the nearest future. If you think back and look at the history, if you told people some 500 years ago that there will be money made of just paper and you could buy anything for paper, they'd probably laugh at you. They would say that silver coins or gold coins will never be replaced by paper, which is worth absolutely nothing. And look, here we are. We have fiat currencies such as dollars, and in general the majority, the biggest currencies of the world, they are not backed by any precious metal or any real commodity in general. Euro, dollar, this is just paper. And how much is paper worth? Look at your toilet paper, for example. A roll of toilet paper is worth nothing, but if you roll several $100s over your hand, well, that's actually quite expensive then. This turns into a very expensive piece of tissue, which is really weird to think about how we came to this situation where we decided that paper is worth a lot of money and we accepted it and we are absolutely fine with it. Now, if you told my nan that in 50, 60 years we'll be using cards, bank cards, and there will be no paper money in the house, she would probably laugh at you as well. And then look at what's happening nowadays. How much cash do you keep in your house? The majority of us have a lot of bank cards, and all we are happy about is to see the little digits on our online banking account. This is not something that we can touch, this is not something that we need to touch, but we know the value of these digits, and we know that the more digits we have, the more things we can afford ourselves in this life. And so I think the future of cryptocurrency, or in general the future of finance and the future of economy, lies behind cryptocurrencies. Those people who don't understand it and say that this is nothing, explain to me how different is it from the digits that you see on your online banking account? How different is the code that consists of symbols and numbers and letters and creates a Bitcoin? How is it different from the digits and the numbers that you see on your online bank account? There is not much difference at all. The main difference is that the digits that you see in your normal bank account that show you how much fiat currency you have was printed or was created by the bank. There was one central institution that created this currency. And with Bitcoin, that is not the case. Everybody can go and mine Bitcoin for themselves. And this is where the biggest advantage and the biggest problem of cryptocurrency is, because cryptocurrency is supposed to take the power away from the government and the bank, and of course they were never going to give this power away that easily. So these are the things that the government doesn't want us to know or think about, and these are the theories that we are told by the media. And I don't believe in independent media. I think all of the media, especially those media that we see on the TV nowadays, they are all backed by the government, so we hear only things that they want us to hear. And the main theory is again that the future of Bitcoin is not good and it's gonna be worth nothing in the nearest future. I've already argued this point at the beginning of this video, but let me explain a little bit further. You see, all the main currencies that are now fiat currencies, meaning those currencies that are not backed by real commodity, used to be backed by real commodity at some point in history. So US dollar, for example, it used to be backed by gold. But then the central bank of the US decided that they don't want their national currency to be backed by gold. This was done in order to have more power and more control over the money, because in this situation, whenever the bank thought that the country needed more money, all they had to do was to go and print as many banknotes as they needed. This change gave the full control to the central bank over the national currency of a certain country. And this is the case with every single country in the world. Now, what happens with the cryptocurrency? It is decentralized, so there is no one institution that controls cryptocurrency of the whole world or every country in particular. And in theory, and in practical world as well, absolutely every single person with some little knowledge can go and start mining Bitcoin at home, even by using your normal laptop. There is a certain number, so a certain amount of each crypto coin that will ever be available, and this number cannot be changed. So once all of the Bitcoin is mined, there will be no Bitcoin left. And obviously, when there is a limited supply, there will be a higher demand for this particular coin. This is not the case for any fiat currency, because as long as we have paper, we can print a beautiful number on it, and we can print as many banknotes as we want, which is, as you probably know, the main reason for inflation. The next theory that we constantly hear from the TV about the cryptocurrency is that this asset is used by scammers. It's hard to argue with that. It is definitely true, and there are lots of scammers and lots of bad people who are using cryptocurrency to achieve their goals. It is not that easy to steal crypto, but if you manage to hack the platform, if you manage to get the access to people's wallets, then you are untrackable, and this is something that attracts a lot of scammers, obviously. But on the other hand, look at normal bank cards. How easy it is to steal a bank card, or how easy it is to steal cash. This used to be problems forever, and there were always scammers, and they always find a way to scam people. Before cryptocurrency, there was something else. After cryptocurrency, there will be something else. The main problem of crypto at the moment is that it is not regulated and it is not protected as much by the government as some other assets. And the main reason to that is because the government didn't come up with the way of how they can regulate something that is not supposed to be centralized and regulated from the very beginning. And again, you have to think about it in two different ways, because this fact can be a disadvantage but an advantage at the same time. If you are careful with the crypto that you own and you spread your crypto into different platforms and you choose your platform carefully, then the chances of it being hacked and you losing your money are very low. Okay, the next theory is that cryptocurrency is bad for the environment. And this is something that Elon Musk has mentioned recently, which made the price of Bitcoin fall down. But nevertheless, it didn't really stop Elon from investing into cryptocurrency. And he still is one of the world's biggest holders of cryptocurrency. So these two and two don't come together in my head. And the way I think about it is that if the government really wanted to reduce the negative impact that the electricity has on the nature, they had all the opportunities in the world to do it already, and they never did. They apparently are trying, but this process is so slow, and it doesn't have to be that slow. And yet they are trying to make us believe that mining Bitcoin causes as much trouble as running a nuclear power station or wrapping every cucumber into a separate plastic. What's worse? What do you think? Do you believe that? I personally don't believe that at all. And of course, I understand the government, and I also think that in some ways the government is trying to protect its nation. I don't think that the government is 100% against the nation. But when it comes to taxes, this is another thing. They are trying to tax your profits from investing into cryptocurrency. But I don't think that the whole process is very well thought about, and there are still a lot of ways of how you can avoid this tax. And I think a lot of people don't even realize that this is a taxable profit. And I don't really support any side by 100%. So I'm really interested to see who will win this race. Share your thoughts with me on this topic in the comment section below this video. Anyway, for today, thank you so much guys for your time and attention, and I hope to see you soon in my next videos. Bye bye.